Arthur was in a fantasy. He fantasized that he was on a talk show, and he was lucky enough to be flipped off by Murray. He told him about his dream of becoming a comedian, and then he brought him on stage and gave him a fatherly hug. Skinny Arthur, mending his clown shoes. Baker, who had always been his brother, came up to him and talked to him. He found out that he was bullied by a bunch of punks yesterday, and he gave him a gun to carry, so they wouldn't bully you. Arthur was about to say no. Baker said, "It's okay, you're under my protection." And so Arthur took the gun that changed his life. Then Arthur got a job performing at a children's hospital. As he was getting into the swing of things, the gun he was carrying fell out. Arthur was scrambling to pick it up. It was a very embarrassing scene. Then he was reported. His boss called and told him he was fired. And he said that Arthur had bought the gun from him. That was obviously Beck's way of getting out of it. Hearing that the guy he was talking to before was his buddy and said he'd take care of him, he didn't hesitate to stab himself in the back. Arthur was devastated. Sitting alone on the subway late at night, turning his head, he saw 3 suited and booted men molesting a girl. He wasn't in the mood to mind his own business, but at this exact moment, he had another attack. He laughed uncontrollably. The 3 men thought he was provoking Arthur. They were about to take out a card to explain his illness to them. They grabbed Arthur's back, then they kicked and punched him. Arthur was knocked to the ground. They still didn't leave him alone. When he couldn't stand it any longer, Arthur pulled out his pistol and shot all 3 of them. He killed 2 of them. One of them, the fat one, got away. Arthur caught up with him and shot him dead. After this, Arthur ran wildly through the streets. He came to a dimly lit toilet, and then he suddenly started dancing.